Hey everyone! My name is Joanna Wang, if you do not know who I am, and I am a coach and an ambassador with Noonday Collection. I just wanted to take some time today to share with you my top 3 tips for booking a trunk show. So, tip number 1, hone in on your why. Now, this has 3 parts. First part is all about you. Why are you doing Noonday Collection? Why are you excited about Noonday? What's going to get you up in the morning and get you going? When I first started Noonday, my why looked like I wanted to learn more about people in the world. I wanted to share it with my children. I wanted to learn more about fair trade. Now my why looks like, hey, I have sat with these women and these men. I've been to Peru, I'm going to Uganda, and I have seen tangibly that it's truly making a difference. That's just a small part of my why, but that's kind of an idea of how it's okay if it changes. But definitely know what your why is, because when you need to kind of dig deep and keep going, some days when you have to persevere, your why is going to keep you going. Now, why is it good for the artisan partners? This is really good for you to stay up to date on the blog, on news coming from home office, different trips following Jessica Honegger on her trips to visit our artisans has definitely kept me going at times. Hearing from people who've been on trips, going on trips myself, and definitely going to Shine, our annual conference in Austin in January, and getting to meet and spend time with our artisans, our partners there. That's always such a huge thing for me. So, why is it good for them? Ask them or read about what is it doing for them? How is it changing their life? Print off a picture of Jalia and her children. Print off a picture of the community of bead rollers that are sitting around and are receiving dignified work. I have a picture of the women in Peru who walked by foot 3 or 4 hours just to come and meet us and spend time with us. And those were all so huge because I take them with me when I go to my trunk shows. I take them with me. And I know that when I make an ask, that is really making a difference. So I can feel very confident that inviting people in to partner with me is really a bigger impact and inviting them in to make a huge global impact. So find out why it's good for the artisan partners. Now, why is it good? Third part of the ask, or third part of the why is it good for your guest or your potential hostess? So get to know her a little bit. Figure out, is she into fashion? Maybe she loves free stuff. Or maybe she's an adoptive mama. Maybe she's just like someone like me that wants to have a night out and have it with a purpose. Um, and so find out why it's good for them. I'm going to come back to this in just a little bit, but I want you to start to think not just about yourself, definitely about the artisans, but also why is it good for the guest or the person that you're asking. Now, my second tip is no fear in asking, invite anyways. So when I was a little girl, my brothers and I would go fishing, and we would always, cast a line, and we had usually worms from our backyard, and we would catch things like sunnies. I think I only caught sunnies, but I think my brothers sometimes would catch bigger things like trout. But we definitely only caught one fish at a time. Now, as I've just started to read and to learn more and just to experience more life, than I did as a little girl, I've learned that people fish with nets. And kind of embarrassingly, that I've learned a little bit about it as well from things like Finding Nemo. And in Finding Nemo, if you've seen it, if you have young children like I do, or, young little nieces and nephews, in Finding Nemo, there's a net that's cast by a big fishing chip. And when it comes up, it catches, hundreds and hundreds of fish. But it also accidentally catches Dory and Nemo. And so I love the thought, though, that if I invite with a net instead of a fishing line, I'm going to invite a lot more people, and I might accidentally scoop in a couple people I hadn't thought would be interested, but they're interested because I'm going to be very broad and very excited for every person. I fully believe that every person has a part to play in helping eradicate poverty. That's going to look different for every single person, but everyone has an opportunity and an option to play that part. So you want to invite them. Don't make the decision before you've even asked. Don't look at someone and think, I don't know if she would make a great hostess. She's too quiet. She seems too popular. I'm too scared to ask her. What if she rejects me? Don't don't answer. Don't fish with bait. Okay? Don't think there's only one type of hostess. Okay? Just fish with a net. Invite everyone, whether that's talking to women at your kid's school or talking to your neighbors, or maybe it's talking to all the women at your trunk show. Invite everyone into this opportunity and you'll be surprised. I know I have. You'll be surprised who says yes. And sometimes you'll be surprised who says no. But that's okay because sometimes they'll come back and you'll just be surprised. So don't limit the people. Invite with a net, not with bait. Okay? Jalia, I remember one time when Jessica asked her on a live video they were doing, Jessica asked her, and this is a topic that comes up so often when I talk about booking trunk shows, and I've did a little bit of training on it. Everyone always says, number one, fear. What if they reject me? What if my friends think I'm pushy? What if? And so I wanted to say, if you're doing a genuine invitation, you're not going to be pushy. You're inviting them in. And second, if people reject you, they're not really rejecting you. They're normally just, they need more information. Like, what is this? Why would I want to do a Noonday show? They want to know what's in it for them. We're going to come back to that. And more often, they just need more information. So don't take it personally. I promise you'll be okay when people say no to you. And you'll be so surprised by the people who say yes. Okay? So don't be afraid. And what I was going to say was Jessica and Jalia were doing a live video on Facebook. And I remember Jessica saying, Jalia, what would you say to the women who are afraid to ask their friends? And Jalia just looked at Jessica and was like, why are they afraid? And it was like a light bulb went off in my head that is not even a concept for our artisan partners. This is the difference between surviving and thriving. This is the difference between having to make a hard choice of putting their child up for adoption or getting to keep their family together. This is the difference between a woman out on the street selling her body or creating with her hands and having dignity and being able to hold up her head high. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fear when you take your eyes off of yourself and you are able to, again, print off those pictures, read the stories, find out why your ask is going to change lives, okay? Walk in confidence that this is good for the artisans and that they don't feel fear in asking someone to buy their beautiful products. They feel so much pride. So feel very proud of what you're doing and the job that you have with Noonday Collection. You should feel very proud. I know that I do. I'm very humbled and very proud to represent our artisan partners, okay? Now the third tip I've alluded to, I want you to make a list. Petra, our VP, went ahead and put a 60 guests in 6 minutes in the media portal. You're gonna find that under Runway Monday, week 1. So in your media portal, Runway Monday, week 1 is going to be 60 guests in 6 minutes. I think this was for your hostess to make a list for her own guests, but it works just the same. Remember, we're we're fishing with a net, not a bait. Okay, so we're just going to cast our net. We're not going to make decisions for people, all right? So I want you to think of your 60 guests, 60 potential hostesses. Go through your phone, go through social media, think of, and that list is such a great prompt, neighbors, kids, teachers, book club friends, all that. It's a really great prompt for you to think outside of your normal circles, okay? So I want you guys to go ahead and fill that out. Now, next to those names, I want you just to make a little bit of a why. Why would they be good? This is going back to number 1. Why would this person make a great hostess? When I was first starting out, a lot of my people, they made great hostesses because they loved me, they were my friends, and I knew that they would help me launch my business. Now it looks more like, okay, she's an adoptive mama. I know that she would be interested to do an adoption show. or she's very connected to her community. I know that she loves having parties and having people in her home, and she would probably love to do a party with a purpose. This woman's very adorable, and she has to be wearing Noonday because she's just so fashion. She's a fashion girl. I love her. And so write down your little reasons, okay? Then I want you to do a genuine ask. I want you to do a genuine compliment, and that's going back to the why they would make a great hostess. And then I want you to give them a date. Give them 2 dates. Give them an option. Maybe a weekday and a weekend, or a Tuesday and a Thursday. Give them some options. And then be specific. What do you want them to do? So this looks like, hey Sarah, I am so excited about the fall launch. And I was thinking about women that I want to partner with, women who are powerful and have made an impact in our community. And of course, girl, I totally thought of you because you're so quick to volunteer and to help out around our preschool. I just love seeing how you have been helpful with the teachers, and you've made such an impact. And my daughters and I, we just love coming in and seeing you and knowing that you're going to be there every day. So I know that education is important for you, and I know that you also love to help others. So I thought it would be awesome for us, and I know that you would be an amazing partner. For me, I would just love to partner with you, and I think it would be great to do it for the fall. I think you would just be an amazing advocate for our artisan partners. So girl, what do you say? I have August 10th or I have August 17th in mind. Would either of those work for you? And then you just sit back and you wait, okay? So that's my 3 tips. Hone in on your why. No fear in asking. Invite everyone. And then make a list and go through it. Keep your list running. Keep a list at all times so that when you find yourself all of a sudden in a lull, or maybe some shows have canceled, you have a list to go back to. I hope you guys have found this helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I love you all, and I believe in what you're doing. And really quick, I believe everyone has a part to play, like I said, of our hostesses. I believe you're here in Noonday for a reason. I love you. I believe in you. And if there's anything I can do to help you, don't hesitate to let me know. All right?